How are investors reacting to the first investor day Goldman's ever had?
Well, I've only gotten a little bit of feedback as I've walked around during the breaks, and we also had lunch with people. But the feedback's quite positive. I think people appreciate the fact that we did it. I think people really appreciate the transparency, and they also appreciate the fact that we've laid out a clear path forward for our business, strengthening our existing businesses, making some investments in some new businesses. And so the feedback so far has been very constructive.
Well, those new businesses, you are entering transaction banking, wealth management, and a lot of banks are already in that space. How does Goldman differentiate itself? What's the investor thesis for Goldman Sachs?
Well, we've been in the wealth management business, for example, for a long time. We've just dealt with the ultra high net worth slice of the wealth management business. And we now see an opportunity through our United Capital acquisition and our ACO platform to expand that to high net worth individuals. And so that's a really good opportunity for us. One of the things we laid out today in our Investor Day is we look for opportunities that are adjacent or synergistic with strengths that we have in our core business. And so that's an example of that. But I think when you look at Goldman Sachs and you ask what the broad thesis is, what we tried to lay out today is we see opportunities to strengthen our existing businesses, add some new businesses, diversify our revenue mix so it's a little bit more durable, and run the firm more efficiently. And if we do that, we will drive the returns higher, and hopefully shareholders will be rewarded.
You mentioned a lot of this is organic growth, but you didn't rule out a merger or an acquisition. Do you think the Federal Reserve will give you the leeway you need to buy a bank?
Well, I never said that we would buy a bank, so it's interesting that you're asking that question.
We look at possible.
We look for opportunities to grow our business organically, and then occasionally, there are opportunities to do something inorganically that allows you to accelerate part of your plan. United Capital was a great example of that. We wanted to move more quickly into the high net worth wealth management business, and United Capital gave us more of a platform to accelerate that expansion. So that's a great example of finding something inorganically that can accelerate part of your strategic plan. When we look at the landscape and think about things that we want to do, that's mostly what we're focused on. But we're not out there looking to buy a big bank. We want to be Goldman Sachs. We want to do what we can do, but we're providing banking services on our platform, and that's been one of the big evolutions for us.